Installing a Puretone Jack. This week on Learning Curve. I am Spencer Thomas. Thanks for watching Learning Curve. If you're new, I hope you'll take a minute to click like, to subscribe, to share, do all that internet crap that we all have to do these days. This week, I'm doing a really simple mod that I've done on a couple of guitars. I'm always happy with the results, so I'm doing it on this guitar too. What I'm going to do is swap out the jack that came with this guitar and put in a Puretone Jack. The reason I'm doing this is because the original jack, what was happening is I would plug my guitar in and no noise would come out, and I'd have to wiggle around the jack and smack it and twist it around, and it was just dumb. That's not proper. It's not proper guitar protocol. Plug and play, my friend. Plug and play. So I'm swapping it out with this Puretone. Now, if you're not familiar, the Puretone Jacks, what's great about them, they have multiple points of contact with your jack, with your instrument cable, right? So it's not simply one piece of metal touching your 1/4 inch plug. You've got 4 different points of contact. So you're not only getting a better grip on your cable, but you're also transmitting more signal through the cable, right? And this is a very simple mod to do. Now, I do have to tell you one quick side note before we get too far into this. I just bought a new soldering iron. If you watched the previous video, it's because the other one, the stand wasn't very stable. This one's more stable. It's got digital temperature control. It's got a little spindle that'll hold your solder on it. Oh, it's fancy. But I hadn't used it before. And so what I found was this one takes a little longer to heat up than my other soldering iron. And if I had just done a little bit of homework, I would have known that you do not want to use a fine point when you're soldering on guitar port. You don't want to use a fine point when you're soldering on guitar port. You don't want to use a fine point. You don't want to use a fine point when you're soldering on guitar parts. You want to use kind of a wide tip. So it spreads out the heat more quickly. You're in, you're out, you're done. What was happening was I was able to tin the fine tip, but then when I touch it to the jack, the solder would just kind of turn to ash. Well, that's strange. It wasn't melting, and it was getting sludgy. So I swapped it out for a fatter tip. It worked great. Here we are. It's just two real simple solders. Obviously, you remove the old jack. Remember which wire goes to the sleeve and which wire goes to the ground. And then on the new jack, just put the wires where the old wires were. It's real simple. Okay, so this is the old jack I'm replacing. It has stopped working properly. You usually have to plug in your cord and then smack it a couple times, and then it'll work, but that's not how it's supposed to go. But while we're here, it snaps in pretty well. I'm not positive what the issue is with this jack, but I've had very good luck with the True Tone jacks, so that's what we're going to do. Now, as you can see, this has got two whole, well, it's got multiple connection points. Yeah, it really gets in there tight. As you can see, so it's clamping on each side. And then there's also these smaller points. Yeah, see that? And there's one over there. So you've got 4 points of connection as compared to 1 point of connection. That's the big selling point. There we go. All right. I'm still learning this soldering iron, so that took a little longer than it probably would normally. It's just a matter of getting the right tip, getting the right temperature, but I got it figured out. Now this guy's in, so I'm going to screw that in, and there you go. So that was really easy. Like I said, you can get a Puretone Jack for about $5. They sell in most places. They sell guitar parts. Google Puretone if you can't find one. Very happy with them. They didn't pay me to say that. All right, I'm Spencer Thomas. Thanks for watching Learning Curve. Try to be nice to each other. We'll see you next time.